Yo, what is going on, guys? JC here, and what I'm bringing you guys today is a stupidly fun, stupidly overpowered barbarian build. I haven't played Diablo 4 since Season 1, put the game away, decided to come back and try a little bit of Season 4, see what all the hype's about, and oh my god, I have been having an absolute blast. If you're on the fence about giving Season 4 a try, I highly, highly recommend getting in here and giving it a go, because I have had more fun in this day and a half than I have in my entire seasons of playing Diablo 4. Like, it's just felt rewarding. It's felt great. The mob density's there. The builds feel awesome. I'm loving all the new systems. I'm just loving every bit of it. But I don't want to go into what I'm loving about the game. What I want to go into is this build in particular. You guys can see it from what's going on the screen right now. We are just straight wrecking face. All right, we're level 70. We're in a level 34 key. The mobs are level 88, and we're just dominating. And I know it's like, oh, they're only 18 levels higher, blah blah blah. It's not the fact that we are just mowing through them. It's nothing has posed any sort of threat. Nothing has posed any sort of hangback. Like, I am just having an absolute blast. So what I want to do is I want to bring you guys over to the game. We'll kind of go over the aspects that I'm running. We'll go over my talent tree, or my abilities, skills, whatever you want to call it. We can touch on the Paragon levels, but if I'm being honest, I'm only level 71 now. So my Paragon board is like far from complete. Expected another video once I actually hit 100 and I've like min-maxed the Paragon board. But for right now, we're just kind of going to go on the class, the aspects, and the skills, and like actually how I play the game. It's great. It's great. So there's gonna be three main I want to say three main aspects that you're going to need. You're going to need the fierce winds. So whenever you shout, it creates the dust devils that just kind of go everywhere, because we are going to be running a shout build. So you're definitely going to want this. You need the devilish. So after 100 fury, your next direct damage creates 2 dust devils. That's critical. And then you're also going to need right here, the wind lasher. So casting double swing creates a dust devil that deals X amount of damage to enemies in its path. I'm probably going to end up switching this to my two-hander just so it's more damage on my actual double swings, instead of this one being at like once after generating 100 fury. So just to net just a little bit more damage off of this, because this is only a little bit of a bonus. This is like double. So these are the three main aspects you're gonna need. You're gonna need the fierce winds, you're gonna need the devilish, and then you're going to need the wind lashing. The rest of these I don't feel are 100% necessary, but they just really work for me. I'm using the audacity just for that stun. It's kind of like an oh shit, if you get swarmed by enemies, whenever you leap into enemies, everything is stunned. It allows you just to burst them down really, really quickly while they're stunned. Plus, there's a bunch of damage modifiers against stunned enemies anyways, so it just works great. It's a no-brainer. Going to the chest, you are going to need the Bull Kathos. So this build relies on leap. One for not only for fury generation, but just for extra damage. It's mainly for the fury generation. But using this Bull Kathos, whenever you leap, it creates an earthquake, and then while standing in it, you get an extra 10% damage reduction, which is huge, especially for boss fights or if you're jumping into an elite pack. This paired with the audacity, you jump into the elite pack, everything gets stunned for 3 seconds, and you just annihilate. It's just so good. For the hands, I'm currently using accelerating, so just to help with the attack speed just a little bit. It scales my double swing attack speed, and it also scales my lunging strike, just being able to kind of jump around whenever my leap is on cooldown. I'm running the protector right here, the barrier, instead of disobedience. If you want to know the honest truth, I would have ran obedience, but I didn't have enough gold at the time to respec it, and I've actually started to like this. It's just a little bit of cushion. It's an extra 5,000 life. That on top of your fortified, it's pretty good. I'm most likely I'm going to switch this out for disobedience, or if anything, I'll probably put disobedience on my necklace, and then I'll find another place for this. But we'll definitely end up using disobedience. This is just my current setup. The boots definitely ghost walkers. We're always going unstoppable, so you want ghost. You want this. It's the movement speed. It's a very low roll, as you can tell, but yeah, you definitely just you want that. Of course, we went over the dread mace, the fierce winds. So you want the dust devils. The dust devils are very, very important. That's kind of like the bread and butter of the build. Moving on over here to Death Wish. So this is another thing that I'm kind of playing around with. I've mixed this also with thorns. When I show you my ability setup, you'll see what I'm talking about. But so whenever we are berserking, which is pretty much all of the time, we're getting thorns. So not only is my dust devils killing them, but they're also killing themselves. It's a no-brainer. It's working for me. As you can see, we are not min-maxed at all. I'm missing gems. I don't even have a gem in here. You know what I mean? And we're still just going through and absolutely annihilating. So this one we're using Inner Calm. I'm probably going to end up switching this around because I don't like to stand still, if I'm being honest. It really helps for boss fights when you could just kind of stand there and tank and spank. But I'll probably try and find something else for that. But Inner Calm is working really well for me right now because while you're standing there double swinging, those dust devils are also benefiting off of the Inner Calm, which just kind of all multiplies into just really, really good, strong stuff. Moving on to our ring. This is also a very, very, very good ring to have. So this is Loop of the Giant Strides, or just the aspect of the strides is what you're looking for. But that reduces the cooldown of leap. I want to get a 5-second one. That would be fantastic. But you get it by 4 seconds per enemy hit, up to a maximum of 9 seconds. So being that this is already a 13-second cooldown, if I jump into a really big pack, it just basically lets me jump from pack to pack, which just really helps our mobility. Because barbarians, one of the biggest issues with barbarians is we have really no movement speed, talents or anything like that. We're slow. Barbarians have always been slow. So anything to be able to increase your movement speed or your clear speeds, just go hand in hand. We're using the Bold Chieftains, of course. That way, whenever we cast a shout, we get the cooldowns reduced by up to however many people we are. This build does rely on our shouts. A lot of our damage comes from our shouts because we get our berserking, which just kind of procs everything. You know what I mean? So I use my shouts almost as much as I can. These should never be down. I even use them for movement speed. So Chieftains is definitely one of the go-tos. And then, of course, our necklace is going to have the double swing. I'm not really going to go over a stat priority right now because, like I said, I'm not 100, so that's probably going to end up changing. Just look out for once I hit 100, I'll make a full in-depth detailed guide on what I feel is kind of the best. Expertise, we are going to use our two-handed expertise mainly for just the vulnerable damage. And then if we go to our abilities, this is kind of where it shines. So we want, one into lunging strike and then one into enhanced, just so we have to do this basically to progress. So definitely lunging strike, and we're going to do the one where it actually heals you. That's just the smartest way to go. Coming into double swing, we're going to go into violent double swing. So it's just helps for vulnerable on the boss fights. We're coming on down. I grabbed the imposing presence for the extra life. We're going to go into rallying cry, and we want tactical rallying cry just to give us that extra resource generation. I came down. I grabbed one into outburst and one into tough as nails. Just like I said, I'm playing around with a little bit of a thorns build. So I'm just trying to boost my thorns up a little bit just to see how it works. And so far, it's working great. I don't know how this is going to work at end game stuff, but right now it's working awesome. Coming down into our brawling skills, we're going into Warcry, and we want the Mighty Warcry just for the extra life as Fortify. I've come into Booming Voice, and I'm coming into Raid Leader just to kind of keep up that passive healing. We're going to do Leap, and we want Power Leap. Like I said, if one enemy is damaged... Come on, mouse. If one enemy is damaged, you gain the 40 Fury. So we're also using Leap as kind of like a Fury generator. At some point, I'm probably going to end up getting rid of Lunging Strike and just going with 3 Shouts. But for right now, I still kind of need the Fury. So that's kind of why I have Lunging Strike, just to kind of be as a little bit of a filler. We're going to go into a 2 into Aggressive Resistance, just for the little bit of extra DR. And then we're going to go 3 and 3. It just makes sense. Coming down to our Weapon Mastery skills, we just want Pit Fighter. We're going to go 3 into that. And then we're going to go 1 into Thick Skin and 3 into Counter Offensive. Swinging down to our ultimates. Of course, we're grabbing Wrath of the Berserker. We want 3 into Wallop. And then we want 3 into Concussion. So the reason why we're using Wallop and Concussion is because our Lunging Strike is using our two-handed mace. So that's just kind of... It just helps with stuns. It's really is. Then we come down to our key passive, which is going to be Unconstrained. It's just kind of increases our berserking for a little bit longer and doubles the damage. Maybe we'll end up going into Unbridled Rage if we can get to a point where we have like enough Fury generation and CDR to where we can basically keep our shouts up 100% of the time. But for right now, Unconstrained, just increasing our berserking is really, really helping. And then going into the Paragon, like I said, this board is nowhere near finished. But we came up the right side. Our first one is Exploit, always. That's always our #1 priority. And then we came into the Warbringer board. Just kind of grabbing little nodes while we can. But Warbringer is definitely needed, I feel. Just because we're sitting there spamming our double swing and we're just gaining, 15% fortify like every second swing. So it just helps with healing. Swoop around, you just want to kind of grab your I'm grabbing the max life because, like I said, I'm trying to run Thorns as well. So we're grabbing all of our max life nodes, and then we've come over here into the Blood Rage board, and we have Rumble, which I haven't leveled up enough to essentially get everything that I need, but that's kind of where we're going right now, is we're going into here. Like I said, the Paragon board isn't completed, nor is it min-maxed at all. This is all going to change by the time I'm level 100, I'm sure. I just kind of wanted to go over essentially this right here. Just your talents and your kind of your aspect setups, because all of this stuff is very relatively easy to get, where you could actually start doing this from a very low level, and it's just a absolute blast. I think I switched to this at like level 45-ish. I was running a straight Thorns. It was just a little... It was very good, but it was just a little slow for me. I've switched over to this, and oh my god, I've been having an absolute blast. So that's it for me. That's all I've got for you guys right now. Stay tuned for the level 100 guide. We'll go into a lot more like in-depth with tempering and all of that kind of good stuff. Right now, basically, the tempers that I do have, I'm just going for Dust Devil damage, and it's working for me. We've got 200 distant damage and then 180 Dust Devil here, and then we've got 155 Dust Devil there. I haven't even tempered like all of my gear. So like I said, I'm not really trying to min-max right now. I'm just trying to level up to 100 and test new things, and I have been having an absolute blast with this particular build. So if you guys want to see the level 100 final build, make sure you guys are subscribed with your notifications on. And you guys are more than welcome to check me out on Twitch, where we'll be streaming this a lot here. This is kind of streaming the progression of this character and streaming our progression through Season 4. Feel free to leave a comment if you could think, below, if you guys think there's anything that you would change or, suggestions. I'm always willing to try new things. And yeah. That's pretty much it for me. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like the video, all that kind of good stuff. Share it with your friends, show your grandma, all that kind of good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.